No! I just watched episode 5 of The World God Only Knows Goddesses, and there is still only one scene stuck in my head that's making me go, no! Let's start at the beginning. This episode is about Yue, the girl who was pretty much taking the role of the guy and treating Katsuragi like a girl. Really odd concept, but really entertaining to watch. This episode follows those two as Katsuragi tries to awaken the goddess inside of Yue, and it's a pretty funny thing because he realizes that she's taken the role of the player character in dating sims, meaning he has to take the role of the girl. And he does it to quite a literal extent, even dressing up like a girl at their school and wearing a wig and everything, and pretty much acting the part. He switches on and off a little bit throughout this episode between completely confident in his ability because of how many times he's come across the situation in the dating sims, to not knowing exactly what to do and being a little nervous because Yue starts to take the initiative. It was really funny. It had a lot of funny moments in it because you obviously have some humor with them reversed roles and everything. It also helped explain a bit about this Yue character because I didn't know anything about her other than what the flashback at the beginning of the first episode had said. I don't know if she's from an OVA or if she's just from the manga. I'm not sure about that yet. So it was interesting to see those two and how they react to each other, and it was interesting to see that the goddess of war is inside this very aggressive girl, which should have seen coming. And I'm not going to spoil the ending because I usually don't really care for mini impressions. I don't really worry much about spoilers. I usually have the tag up here. I'm still going to have the tag up here, but I'm not going to say what's going to happen at the ending because literally I did not see it coming at all. They did a very good job hiding what they were really going to do at the ending. So I'm just going to leave that there. Now that one scene that I've been mentioning that made me go, no! Is he's working on getting to go on a date with Yue. And so they're at the park that you always see him and the girls at throughout this entire series. And he asks her out, and she gets all uncomfortable and runs off and says, I'll have to think about it. When she runs off, he, takes off the wig, and he's like, so it's begun, ha, pretty much. Not as evil as that, but that's the gist of it. And then you see the camera kind of zoom behind him, and there's Shiori, the librarian girl. She saw this whole thing, and now it's gonna be even worse, and she's my favorite of all these girls, and that's so depressing. It's so depressing. That one scene that's been on my mind the entirety of the episode because it happens about 10 minutes or so in, and it's like a 25-minute long episode, and I'm just like, no! So yeah, this was actually a really good episode that got me really pumped into the show. Glad I got to see a little bit more about Yue because I honestly had no clue who she was at all. And I'm really looking forward to the next episode.